Hey tech lovers, welcome back to the channel where we decode complex tech with clarity and creativity. Today we are diving into the brain of artificial intelligence. Yes, the artificial neural network or ANN. Ready to go from roots to branches? Let's jump in. So what we will learn today, that is introduction, structure, working principle, application, advantages, limitations, history, and types of any. So let's get started. Okay. So start from very basic, that is introduction. Imagine if machines could think like humans. That's what ANN tries to do. An artificial neural network is inspired by the neurons in our brains. It's not biology, it's technology. Built to recognize patterns, learn from examples, and make decisions like we do. From image recognition to voice assistant, ANN is everything. It is inspired by the human brain, mimic how biological neuron transmit signals. So the second point is the structure. Let's see the structure of ANN. Okay, let's break down the structure. First, that is input layer. Second is hidden layer, and third one is output layer. So let's see what is input layer. This is where the raw data enters. Think of it like feeding pixels from an image or number from a sensor. And the hidden layer, these are the thinking zones. Each neuron applies weights, biases, and activation functions like ReLU or sigmoid to understand patterns. And this is the output layer. Here comes the results. There it is yes or no category or a prediction. This is where the magic ends. Alright, let's zoom into the brain of an artificial neural network and understand how it actually works. First, the input layer. Imagine you are trying to teach a neural network to recognize whether an image is of cat or dog. You feed in the pixel value of that image thousands of tiny numbers that presents colors and patterns. Each pixel become an input neuron. So more data, more neurons in this layer. Next, hidden layer. The real thinking happens. Now comes the real brain power, the hidden layer. Each neuron here does three things. Multiplies the input by a way, adds a bias, applies an activation function like ReLU or sigmoid. This decides whether a neuron should fire or not. You can think of it like cooking. The ingredients are inputs, spices are weights and bias, and the activation function is your taste. Only the right flavor go to the next step. Yes. So the third layer is output layer, the final decision layer. After all the crunching and learning, the final layer, the output layer, gives us the result. For example, if it's binary classification, you will get one neuron saying 0 or 1. For multiple class tasks like cat versus dog versus rabbit, you will get the multiple neurons and the highest value that going to win. So the basic working includes input layer which receives data and the hidden layer which thinks and act and the output layer which predicts the output. So this is the principles. On the basis of this, the working of ANN works. It takes input layer. All this is the hidden part. After it gives the output. By implementing all this, it will improve their performance. Like it's all about training, just like how we learn from practice. ANN adjusts its weights through methods called backpropagation. It keeps updating until it gets the answers right. It's adaptive, smart, and get better with more data. Okay, so next is applications. Okay, here where ANN really shines. Image and speech recognition. Think Face ID in Google Assistant. And next, the medical diagnosis, like helping doctors predict diseases earlier, like tumor prediction, cancer detection. And next, that is stock market prediction. That is analyzing trends and data, current stock market. And next, the natural language processing, powering chatbots and language translators. And yes, even self driving cars are fueled by these neural brains. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, these are the advantages. So, why use ANN? They learn automatically, right? Work well with large messy data, handle noisy or incomplete inputs, generalize to new situations, and you don't need to set up rules manually for each task, right? NN are like universal problem solvers. Just show them the data and let them learn. Let's move to next. Let's see what are the limitations of ANN. Yes, nothing is perfect in this world, right? Here are what to watch out for. They need lots of data to train. Training is time consuming, often like a black box, hard to interpret, risk of overfitting. Like there is large amount of data, so it tries to overfit the data. Struggle with small data sets, need fine tuning of parameters, and sometimes even experts scratches their heads trying to understand why ANN gave a certain output, right? Okay, let's rewind the clock. Let's see the history. Okay, in 1943, mm, MC Clutch and Pitts model. Okay, wait. Okay, in 1943, Warren and Pitts created the first conceptual model of artificial neural network, and then after in 1958, perceptrons are introduced by Rosenblatt, right? They introduced the perceptrons, the first learning algorithm for the single layer neural network. And after in 1969, AI winter is begins. Minsky, Minsky and Papert shows that the single layer perceptron couldn't solve problems like XOR. This led to the decline in interest and funding in ANN. After in 1986, the backpropagation comes. Backpropagation brings ANN back to their labs. Okay. Next, in 1990s, NN used in pattern recognition, speech processing, and basic computer visions. CNN is rise, thanks to Jan LeCun. In 2025, deep learning booms. increased computing power and big data lead to breakthroughs. AlexNet won the ImageNet challenge, showcasing deep CNN performance. Rapid development of recurrent neural networks or GAN or transformers. Like we are using mostly chat GPTs. Everyone are on chat GPT, right? Everyone are using it. That's why DNN it comes in boom. So now in present, from RNN to transformers, ANet is the engine of AI. And the future, even more brain-like and explainable systems are coming. Let's move to the next slide. Okay. Now meet the ANN family. Yes, that are the ANN types of ANN. Let's see. First, feed-forward neural networks. These are the simple, powerful for tasks like classification and regression. And then convolution neural network. King of image and video recognition. We use mostly convolution neural networks in image recognitions. Then RNN, recurrent neural networks. Remember sparse data, great for speech and languages. Right. After that, modular neural network. This solves complex problems by combining smaller networks. Then radial basis function neural network. Ideal for pattern matching. Then generative adversarial networks. That is nothing but the GAM networks. Creates realistic images, voices, and even the arts. GANs are used to make deep fakes, but also to restore old photos and generate virtual world. Okay. So this is all what I said before. Okay. So that's the wrap on ANN Chronicles, from roots to branches. Now you know how machines think, learn, and even dream like humans. All thanks to artificial neural network. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below with your favorite type of ANN and any questions you have. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing. Ta-da!